Today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. I want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for the generous donation of all this beautiful black cow manure that we use in our video today, and it's made a tremendous success in our garden. I've been using black cow for many years, ever since 1980, and it's always made a tremendous difference in my garden, and I've been very pleased with their product. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Black Gold, for sponsoring our channel. Well, happy new day. We're going to plant some field peas and snaps today. We'll be right back after the break. Well, welcome back, friends. Today we're going to plant a really terrific tasting pea that grows great in the spring garden, and this might be something you want to consider for your spring garden this year. It's called a white acre pea. Some people call them cow peas. Some people call them field peas, if that's not confusing enough. But anyway, I've always just called them field peas, but they're a white acre pea. And I got these seeds from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. So if you want to get some of these, check that website out, and you might want to get some of these seeds for yourself for your spring garden this year. Now, the way I like to do these is, I say, you know, field peas and snaps is I'll grow the white acre peas, cow peas, and I'll also grow some of these Provider bush beans, which I got these seeds at johnnyseed.com. And this is just a plain old snap bean, you know, green bean, and a common green bean. And what I'll do is when I harvest the field peas, I'll get the bush beans at the same time, the snap beans, and I snap them. And I snap them in about 1-inch pieces and mix them in with the field peas. And then you got yourself some field peas and snaps. And they really go good together. Throw you in a piece of hog gel and you really got something. So today we're going to get these out into the earth garden. I'm going to direct sow these, and I'm going to do it like we always do. And I'm going to start off by cultivating my rows about 4 inches deep with my small cultivator. Then I'll grade that out with my grading rake and smooth it out and try to get it just as level as I can, because anywhere there's little diados and little low spots in your row, that'll tend to hold water longer than the other spots, and it doesn't drain off as well, and that'll rot your seeds. So you want to get it as smooth, you know, as you can. Once I got it smoothed out with my grading rake, I move my guide string over, and I'll punch in the holes with my little 2x2 stick, and then I'll use my super duper seed dropper, piece of 1-inch PVC pipe, and I stick that right in those holes, and I'll drop the seed right in the top of the pipe, and it goes right directly in the hole. Then we just cover it up and water it in. God takes over from there. So let's go over there to the earth garden, and let's get these started, because we want to watch this all the way from planting it today all the way until we harvest these and put it on the table. So let's get started. Well, we got them in. I got in 4 rows of the white acre peas or field peas or cow peas, whatever you want to call them. I got 4 rows put in, and I also put in 2 rows of snap beans, you know, and I used the Provider variety. I've used Provider before, and man, they are providers. They put out a lot of beans, and the beans on these are they're all bush beans. You don't need a trellis for any of these, so they just grow small. The white acre peas will get about 30 inches tall, but the Providers, they only get about 18 to 20 inches tall, and they're all bush type, so that makes it easy for you in your backyard. So if these are some peas and beans you want to try this year, give them a try. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll watch these as they emerge and watch the progression of these all the way up until harvest. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Well, good morning. 7 days. Our white acre peas have been in the row. I got 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 rows right here, they've all emerged. They're about 2 inches tall. They're still living off the codlin leaves, but within the next week, I'll have true leaves on here. So you'll see some real good traction after 2 weeks from now. So we'll be back in 2 weeks and take a look at how much these things have grown. We'll see you then. Well, our Provider snap beans that we planted to go with our white acre peas or field peas, they have emerged. That's these 2 rows right here and right here. They've actually got their first true leaf on them already. Only been 7 days. So these things are really rapid growers, and they're going to go well with the field peas. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll take a look at these as well. So see you soon. Well, good morning. Here's our white acre peas or field peas, however you want to call them. Here's the 4 rows right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We planted these direct sow on March the 13th. Today's April the 10th, so it's only been right out about a month. So they're doing great. They got some good true leaves, making some quick progress now. The weather's warming up here in Florida, so as soon as that heat gets on these things are going to love that heat. So we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll watch these together. Let's also take a look at the snap beans and see how they're doing, because we want these to go together. Let's check it out. Well, here's our 2 rows of snap beans we were talking about, and they're doing great. We planted them at the same time. Remember, March the 13th, so today's April 10th, only been a month. But if you look at these closely, you can see that they're starting to get really tall, and what you're going to see is some long stems coming up that look like runners, and you're going to think, oh no, I should have put these on a trellis. Don't get alarmed. Those runners are just natural to the plant, and those things will just run and fall over. They'll get, 2 to 2.5 feet tall. They don't need a trellis. These are bush beans, so they're fine, and don't get concerned about that. But these are going to go great when we snap them together and put them in with them field peas. I can't hardly wait. So we'll be back soon. Well, today's harvest day on our snap beans, and me and Nancy are going to pick all the beans that are, that look like this. These are all ready to go. And we'll pick up, we pick off the plant, the beans that are ready, and let the plant continue to grow, and it'll keep blooming and flowering and producing more beans. I get a good harvest on the first harvest. The second harvest is not about half as much, and the third one's about 25% of that. So it goes like it steps down. So I usually get about 3 harvests of these snap beans, and what we'll do is blanch these, snap them, and put them in vacuum seal these and put them in the freezer. And then when our field peas come in, we'll take a bag of the snap beans and mix them in with the field peas, and we have peas and snaps. So let me get all these up and we'll meet you over at the harvest area, and we'll get them washed up and take a look at them. Back in a minute. Well, our field peas are ready to pick, so today's going to be a pea picking day. And I just wanted to show you these beautiful little pods. They turn to a kind of a reddish brown color. That's when I like to get them. And all you do is peel that pod open, and the peas fall right out of there. So it's a kind of a tedious process. Used to do this on the front porch with my grandmama. But anyway, it gives you some peas, and you get you several thousand of these pea pods. And after you get through picking them and shelling them, then you got you one of the best peas that you can eat. Well, I sure thank you for traveling along with me on this journey of our peas and snaps. It's kind of a long process, and there's a lot of labor involved in getting the peas, but it's really worth it, because I can take these peas and I can vacuum seal them and freeze them and eat these all winter. So it's a nice little meal for us. So I want to thank you for joining us. I hope that our video brought a little smile to your face and some joy to your heart. And so me and Nancy see you next time. We want to thank the Lord for these beautiful peas and snaps. By his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.